No, no,
Hey guys, we
good.
are back with Inspirational Journeys, and there's one more story that Clint wants to add, so I'm going to tag this on to the end here.
Okay. The book is all about the super famous people that I've met, right? However, there are a few people in there who are celebrity entrepreneurs, who are people who are special in the eyes of their customers and prospects. Some of them are really famous, like Tony Robbins. You know, a lot of people think he's famous. I could show you video after video of people saying, Tony who? Because he's really a celebrity entrepreneur. Then there's Hal Elrod, who's one of my students, who wrote a very inspirational book called The Miracle Morning, about how when you wake up super early in the morning, it creates miracles in your life. He's one of my students. He's sold 2 million self-published books, Anne.
Wow.
With a royalty of $8 a book. You can do the math on that.
Mm.
And then there's two more people who are much less well known. They're almost unknown people. One of them came out of my membership in a $25,000 a year mastermind. And he was a speaker. He had a tremendous disability. It's called osteogenesis gigantor or something like that. He has brittle bones. He's only 3 feet tall. He would ride around in a wheelchair, and it's a rare bone disease. And his name was Sean Stevenson. He was one of my speaking mentors. In addition to studying story and writing with Frank McCourt, a Pulitzer Prize winner, and studying story and writing with Arnold Kopelson, who won Best Picture Academy Award for his movie Platoon, and Robert McKee. I took Robert McKee's seminar in Hollywood 2 times. He's the top story expert in Hollywood. His book is called Story, and his seminar is called Story. And I paid $400 to attend his weekend seminar 2 times, at both of which he said, yes, it really does happen, People do sell their screenplays on spec in Hollywood for a lot of money, $250,000, $500,000, even $1 million. It does happen. And then he paused for emphasis and looked out at the 400 people in the auditorium, at the Writers Guild of America auditorium. And he said, it will never happen to any of you, but it does happen. So in addition to studying all of that story and writing with those luminaries, and Oprah Winfrey's another mentor of mine in terms of story. I've been very impressed by her storytelling and in meeting her. And I'll close this out with a quote from her if you remind me. But I also have studied speaking, and that's another aspect of storytelling, especially for a person like me who has come to the point in my writing where I speak my writing. And one of my speaking mentors was this man, Sean Stevenson. But the disability story that I want to tell you is about Fantastic Frank, who is one of my students. Fantastic Frank calls me up one day. I was expecting his call because one of my other students referred him to me for Celebrity Launchpad. And she said he has a traumatic brain injury, so you can expect that it's a little bit different when you talk to him on the phone. The next day he calls me up. Hi, Clint. My name is Fantastic Frank, and Tracy Repchuk told me to call you. And I just want to know that if I pay you your $10,000 to attend your celebrity launchpad, do you promise that I will get on TV? And I said, Frank, I guarantee that if you do what I tell you to do, that you will book yourself on at least 3 TV appearances, or I will give you back all of your money plus $1,000. And he said, okay, well, that's good enough for me because I've paid a lot of money to a lot of other seminar leaders and I never got anything from it. But if you guarantee that I am going to be on TV, then I will give you my credit card right now. He came to Celebrity Launchpad, and God bless him, he did every single thing I told him to do. And he was one of the most fascinating students I've ever had. And he graduated into my advanced coaching program, and I went with him when Fox Los Angeles interviewed him to do their feature segment on him. He was featured on Fox LA. He was featured on ABC Chicago. He did 13 TV appearances coming out of Celebrity Launchpad on every show. And then one day, years later, I'm walking down the road in Tennessee. I was speaking at a conference for IT professionals and cybersecurity professionals in Tennessee. And I wanted to get my steps. That's my exercise, because I'm old and I need to protect my body so I don't do all kinds of crazy exercises. I just walk. And I'm walking from my hotel to the supermarket to go buy some water. And my phone rings. And I see it's Fantastic Frank on the caller ID. And I say, "Hey, Frank, how you doing?" And he goes, "Hi, Clint. This is Fantastic Frank. How are you?" And I said, "I'm good, Frank." And he said, "Good? You're Clint Arthur. You're not good. You're fantastic." And I said, "You are right, Frank. I am fantastic." And ever since that day, I don't care who is calling or how I feel or who you are watching this right now. If you are walking around without a traumatic brain injury, or even with a traumatic brain injury, if you're walking around on this earth and you're breathing air and you're healthy enough to do the things you want to do and to get out of bed in the morning and to lead a productive life, when people ask you how you are, you need to say that you are fantastic.
I love it.
And I'll tell you the Oprah thing to just close this out. When I met Oprah, she told us the story of how her parents met one time under an oak tree. And from that one meeting under an oak tree, Oprah Winfrey was conceived and born into this world and has gone on to have the impact and influence and income that she has, to make that impact on the world. So, wow, that's so amazing. That was her story that really blew my mind. And you need to know story and develop story. And then when I met her, I said, "Oprah, what's the most important thing you ever learned?" And without a moment of hesitation, she said, "You are responsible for your own success."
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for that little bonus segment or bonus video. We're gonna put that up there, and I will introduce it at the beginning of the podcast. So thank you guys for watching, for sticking with me to the end and watching this bonus video. Remember, your story matters, folks. This has been Inspirational Journeys. Have a blessed day.